Let's chart some MES together right now. Now the opening bell was an hour ago. However, I'm gonna chart right now, get myself set up before I just dive into a trade. And I always like to chart from the top down. So we're gonna chart from the weekly, then the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. And I'm just gonna take you down. If you have any questions, let me know. This is just how I personally do it. Everyone is totally different, but let me show you. Let's see how I turn this around. I wonder if anyone's even gonna pop in because I've never done a live before. Okay. So I'll just go like this. Okay, so I just did the weekly. I'm moving down to the daily. I'm gonna adjust my trend lines here. Like that. This is still the bigger trend. These, make sure these are on the very top. That one's perfect. Okay. So this is still not just a weekly sell zone, but this is also a daily sell. And this will also be a daily sell. Okay, but I don't know if this is actually the lowest. I don't love that trend line, and I want to adjust this one. It's all right there. There's such an art in the chart. Everyone does it so differently. So I'm actually probably gonna go like that. I know this came out of this trend line, but I like that because this could have just been a false breakout, you know? And then I do like this right here, this trend line. And I'm going to put an alert on this. This is going to be my daily. And then, good morning. I didn't know anyone would be in here. So this will be my daily, and then I like to set alerts on these. So I'm going to set an alert right here. So now if this, I don't like only once either. I like not once per minute. I guess there is triggers once when condition is met, triggers once per bar when condition is met. Let's try that. Okay, so we've got that going. This trend line is a weekly trend line right here. Yeah, so I am charting the futures market right now. I'm charting MES, which is a micro of the S&P 500. So this right here is what I'm charting. Micro, which is 1/10 of the size. And then this is the mini S&P 500. And futures is different than stocks. So you are kind of predicting the future price, but it's not in the future. I don't know how to explain it. If you don't know any, I'm done. Okay, if you don't know anything about trading futures or stocks, this may look super confusing. I get it. 8 months ago, I literally did not know a thing. I didn't know even how to draw a trend line. You're going to make someone a fine husband someday, my dude. Thank you. Or maybe I'll make a fine wife, but I'm already married, so. This isn't just for dudes. I know every time people see like the stock market, every time they see trading or whatever, it's very male focused, but there's a lot of women coming into this space and just people who don't have finance backgrounds, anything like that. How accurate is it? I mean, it's just technical analysis. So when you're charting on the stock market, the futures market, options, they're just patterns in the market, but you have to remember that markets love to break patterns. So humans, though, love patterns. We love the same thing over and over. We love consistency, all that kind of stuff, right? So when we see a pattern, we're hoping, we're speculating that the probability will play out. But remember, you're always going to have a stop loss. You're always going to have a take profit, right? You are determining your risk before you ever enter a trade. So, yeah. So I'm just charting right now because I do want to eventually take a trade. The opening bell opens at 6:30 a.m. PST. I'm in California, so Nat Geo Chan. If I feel like you've never charted, that's okay. Like you don't know what's going on, and that's totally okay. Ask a specific question. Okay, so let's continue charting. I like to do top-down analysis, and that means you're starting at a higher time frame, like the daily, the 4-hour, the weekly, and you're working your way down, right? Has anyone here, will you let me know if you trade, if you're a trader or if you're just watching this brand new, never seen it, it just happened to pop up on your live and you're like, what the hell is this girl talking about? So let's continue our analysis, okay? Okay, so I have my weekly low and my daily low. When you have high of day and low of day, this is a magnet for liquidity. So as you can see, our current candle, this is a daily candle. So this prints for the day. So this will move up and down and each day this prints. So this is how this moved each day. I just saw what looked like the flight path of the planes at the towers. Okay, you're crazy. So these are daily candles, and you know what candle you're looking at by this time frame right here, okay? So daily candles, 4-hour candle. So now this is what every 4 hours, this is what it did. This is how it moved up and down, up and down. Okay, so this is the same exact chart, but it's just showing you a different, it's just kind of showing you a different time zone, and it's getting more, it's kind of getting more like laser focused as you go down in time. Stop to wish, but it's interesting, and stop to watch. I guess I'm kind of awful. Yeah, Nat Geo, chill, man. My favorite tool is the block tool. Okay, so I'm kind of, so when you're charting too on a macro point of view, which is from the top down analysis, right? You're kind of getting your bias, right? You want your daily bias, your weekly bias, or whatever. You want to know kind of what to look for if you're looking to go short or long. And the higher time frames give you better, like a better trend, if you know what I mean. So the daily trend is going to be stronger than the 4-hour trend. The 4-hour trend is going to be stronger than the 15-minute trend, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me keep charting. And if you have any specific questions to trading, just let me know. I'll try to answer them, but I'm still very new myself. Okay, so we got our daily. This also, I'm going to do a retracement right here. I don't know if this is right, but this might be, no, see, it already broke this fib to go up. It went down. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off. Okay, so we've got our daily, we've got our weekly, and this is it zoomed out. So this is where I started my daily time frame from. Okay, let's go into the 1 hour and let's get this bigger. I kind of want to see what it's doing on the 1 hour. And then this is the months and the days of the month. So this is going all the way back to February 1st. So you can kind of see what has happened. Okay, so let's adjust this daily. Yeah, so we had, this is where it's going to break. Right here is where it broke structure last time. So this was a break of structure. Then this was a break of structure right here. And right here could be a break of structure. So let's actually take this and move it right here. And let's reposition this trend line. I kind of like the trend line right here. So we had a false breakout right here. Do you see how it broke over this? But it's just the wick. So it was pretending like it was going to break this trend, and then it fell back in. So I like the trend line there better. And now let's make this. This is gonna be the 1 hour. Oh, I thought I was on the 4 hour. That's okay. So this is the 1 hour trend. So really right now what I have is okay, so now what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm gonna get a plan together about what I'm gonna do. So I like to write in my journal what my plan is. So really today, seeing what the higher time frame bias is, I'm gonna look for more shorts. We look like we are selling off today. So I'm not gonna look to go long. As of right now, I'm gonna only look to go short. So let's just trying to sorry, this is my first live. So on the 1 hour, on the daily, and on the weekly, we are short bias for our entries. Okay, so now I want to see what does a retracement look like on our short bias. So I like to do top-down analysis from the weekly and go down, and I like to personally execute on the 5-minute chart. So let's get back to this. So as you can see here, let's see what so do you see this break of structure right here? This was our lowest low at that point. And if you look left, this was also a lowest low. Okay, this didn't break right here, it went up. So we have kind of like a double bottom. But now this right here in the 1 hour chart, we broke this lowest low. So we're definitely making lower highs and lower lows like this. Do you see how it kind of goes like this? Okay, so I want to do, this is kind of where our last, so I'm gonna grab my tool up here. I love the horizontal line. Right here is our last area of support. It's like a floor, right? It couldn't break through. We bounced again, it couldn't break through. It finally broke through. So now this might become new resistance. We might go down here and then come up here, and then we won't be able to break up, okay? So let's see. If I wanted to get in on this trend, if we are going to continue, I don't know if I would draw my fib here. It's pretty high. Or how do I get a sharper entry? Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this right here. And this could potentially be a, and then I always put what I'm doing right here. So this is potentially a 1 hour sell. Now, if it breaks through this level though, this level will be invalid. But as you can see, it tried to go up, and then what did it do? It wicked. Oh, sorry, what did it do? It wicked from right here. So we went into this zone, and this is where I'm thinking sellers are sitting. And if you see, every time we got here, we sold, we sold, we sold. Got up here, sold again, got up here, sold again. Kind of coming up, we already sold, so we're respecting this trend line. Okay, so let's do this 1 hour sell. Okay, so we're doing that. So I think I already have an alert on this. I do. So I have an alert on this, and then I'm actually going to draw an alert right here. So I'm just gonna add alerts on that line. So now I don't have to sit here and watch the charts all day. if it comes up and hits this zone, I'm gonna see how it reacts here, and I might be able to take a short here and go down. This is also the weekly and daily low. This is a magnet for liquidity. So this actually might fall all the way down here. I don't know. This could also take a long time to fall all the way down there. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to I need to check the 4 hour really quick because I accidentally skipped the 4 hour. Yeah, that looks clean. So I'm actually going to put, do I want to put this as the lowest low for right now? No, but our true high, up, down, up, down. I would say this is probably the true high right here. So I'm going to take my horizontal ray and I'm going to stick that. I don't know if this would be the truest high or if this would be the truest high. I'm going to say this. I'm still learning, guys. So this would be the 4 hour highest high. Okay. Because you have to remember high of days and low of days are liquidity magnets. So let's see on the 1 hour if that's pretty accurate. So that's the 4 hour. So this would actually, I'm actually gonna move this like this. I'm actually gonna go like that, and I'm gonna change this to the 1 hour highest high, like the true highest high for right now. Because as you can see, we didn't grab this highest high, so we're making lower highs, therefore we're going to be short biased. Okay, so I'm definitely looking for shorts, and then let's see what the Heikinashi candles are doing. Yep, so we're in a downtrend as of right now. Do you see how you had a doji right here and then a flip? That's kind of what you're looking for, right? A doji and a flip. This is a huge doji and then a huge flip. Okay, so I like this on the 1 hour. Now I'm gonna go back to my hollow candles. And I'm gonna go down to the 15-minute and kind of see what we're doing there. Let's look left a little bit. Okay. So really, I'd like to see if we retrace from this highest high and our lowest low as of right now. This now could be our next, sorry, my cats. This could be our next sell zone. So 15-minute sell. Now these are just zones. When you're doing the Fibonacci retracement, those are just zones, and those zones, you don't just react when your candle hits that zone or a wick hits that zone. You have to wait to see what it's doing. And you tell what it's doing by price action. So you have to be very patient, which is where I struggle. Because I see something and I just want to react right away, but you have to really let those candles close in order to do that, okay? So as of right now, I'm definitely looking for a sell. If we fail to break this higher high right here and we start rejecting out of here, that's when I'm going to look for a short to go down, but we'll see what happens. And then to get an even more sniper entry, we are going to take it down to the 5-minute. Yeah, look at how beautifully it rejected out of our sell zone on the 5-minute. So pretty. Okay, so I'm hoping maybe it'll tap around right here. This trend line, do you see how we have two confluences? So we have not only a trend line that it's respecting, but we also have a fib retracement zone. So we're going to see how it reacts here. So if we get here and we can't break above this and we see it go down, this might be a perfect entry to go short. So we have to wait, and this is how much time is left on your candle. So each candle right here is a 5-minute candle of price action, and then this is how much time we have left for that candle to print, okay? So right now we're having this really pretty micro trend. So let's draw a trend line. So this is our bottom. So this will be another confluence, right? If this breaks my micro trend line, too, that might be another reason why I might want to enter this trade. Let's go like this just a little bit. Okay. So now I can have more confluence, right? Now let's see, do we reject this trend line? Do we reject this sell zone? And do we cross over this line? But I have to be careful too, because this has been support in the past, this yellow line. Support, we bounced off. Support, we bounced off. We broke through. Okay, so are we going to break through this again, or are we going to bounce up? That is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so let's see what happens. And then I want to switch. I just want to see what the Heikinashi candles are doing. So we're still in an uptrend. So we have to be patient. We either have to wait for maybe a doji up here. Are we going to hit this? It might leave without us. We don't really know. Let's see what it's doing on the 3-minute chart. See how we had a doji here and it flipped? A doji is like a cross, or basically you have buyers and sellers here. They don't know what to do. And then this would be the candle that tells you, hey, we are in fact switching directions. This kind of gives us a little confirmation to go long. And then we would risk the bottom of this candle right where this support is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a horizontal line right here, just so this will be our first like take profit, right? So we'll try to go up here, see what happens up here. And then this would be our first target to hit. This would probably be our second target, and this would be a huge third target and a killer move if it happens. So let's see, this is the 3-minute. Okay, let's go back up to the 5-minute. And now kind of what you do is you just wait. So now we've charted everything out, and I'm gonna switch back really quick to the hollow candle so I can watch this. So trading is really a game of patience. Okay, I wanna show you what it's doing right now. Okay, so we're getting to this level. Remember, we have a trend line here. We're in our sell zone, what we've marked as a sell zone. If you look to the left, it rejected beautifully off here. Now, we just had, we still have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to see what happens. So let's wait for this candle to close. Now, once this candle closes, the next candle is gonna show us what it's going to do. And you really don't want it to break up past this, because now if it breaks up past this level, you've potentially, what am I trying to say? This area is like compromised, because it shouldn't have the momentum to break up through this if we're going to fall down. And we don't want to necessarily break this high, because if we break this high, we could have a change of structure. So that's what you kind of have to look for. So now it's just kind of, let's sit and wait and see what happens. I do see that we are having, right, we're not really breaking over this trend line. We're having a little push down. But again, we have 2 minutes until the candle closes. And if you have enough patience to wait for the candle to close, in like the last minute to 30 seconds, a lot of craziness can happen. That's where that patience comes in. And I feel like that's the one thing I struggle with the most when it comes to trading. But look at this. This is a beautiful, oh, whoops, not me. This is a beautiful rejection, right? We're not breaking past this. We have 1:30. Look at how beautifully now we're wicking off, right? That shows me that sellers are present here. So let's see what happens. And I love the two confluences. So confluence 1 is a trend line. Confluence 2 is it rejecting off this sell zone. And confluence 3 is this huge wick, right? So I could potentially want to take a short, but I want to wait for a little more confirmation. I might want to wait for it to get right back up here. So let me see what I would risk. So I would risk the top of this candle for 50 bucks. And my first target would be right, I would do a little bit over that. So let's see, I might want to move that right there. So I'm just kind of getting ready. We have 30 seconds, but I don't know what it's going to do. So I want to give it a second. So this is my reaction. This is what happened. This is what's happening. So I want to wait now for my action candle. So what's the next candle doing? But I love this. Like, I really feel like this is a great setup. So, and we could win, we could lose, but we'll see. Let's see. 6 seconds, 3 seconds. I'm just gonna go for it. I wanna try it out. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it fills. Okay, it took my order. So now this is our profit and loss, okay? So I really don't want to see, I'm only willing to risk that 50 bucks or 45 bucks because if it breaks this high, that'll be a little paper cut, but it shouldn't break this high if we're having a true sell. And I always get in early, so this might just take me out right away, but we'll see what happens. Because we do still have a strong momentum. And let's see, Heikinashi candles. Yeah, I just got taken out. That sucks. I feel like I am once again just too early. Okay, maybe I need to wait for this to see what happens, because if this candle doesn't close, I should have waited. This right here, this is breaking structure, so I need to be careful. If we're going to truly break structure here, this wouldn't have been a good sell, but then again, I'm short bias, so did I just get in early because this is my sell zone, and we do see sellers stepping in here, so I'm gonna try again, but I gotta see what happens with this candle. I literally, do you see how crazy it is that just in a second you can lose 50 bucks? That's wild. But that's what makes it, like, those are just small paper cuts in the trading world. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but you have to have defined risk, and you just have to let it take you out. Like, if you're wrong, be wrong quick, let it take you out, and then move on and try to speculate again. Because when you're speculating and maybe you have like a $45 loss, a $50 loss, when you have a winner and it runs, right? So those little paper cuts do suck, but when you make them small enough, the whole point of trading is to make more than you risk, right? So I give myself 3 trades. So we'll see what happens. That was my first trade. It didn't go good. That's what I always do though. I always play off the reaction candle instead of the action candle. Yeah, so look at what this candle is doing. So you see how we got stopped out right here for $45? Let's put this, let's see where I executed. 68.35.50. 68.35. 68.35.50 right here. Okay, this is where I took my order, remember? Going short. Whoops, I meant to go short. So let's see what would have happened. So 68.35.50. I sold, right? So this right here, stop loss. Remember we had our stop loss at $45. So had I had not taken my stop right here at $45, look, this candle has already gone up till right here. We would have been 82.50 in the hole. That's why I'm saying you have to take a really small paper cut. And as it keeps going, I mean, we could go on for infinity, right? If it keeps going, you keep losing money. So you have to have a stop loss. And then our take profit, right? That's how much you're making. And you can, I move my take profit and I trail my stops. But why do I have this alert here? Because we're getting into a 1 hour sell zone. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Let me see what my Heikinashi candles are doing. Yeah, so we're still in a strong uptrend, so I should have been more patient. Again, I lack the patience. Like, I have a really hard time. But then you see, I see this huge wick and I'm like, okay, like I see sellers stepping in here, but we don't really have a confirmation of like a doji or anything like that. So let's see what happens. And then let me go up really quick to my 15-minute. Yeah, this is a nice This was a nice drop. Okay, let me go back to my hollow candles. Yeah, so we still, oh, you know what I don't even have on, you guys? I don't even have my indicators because I was so excited to come live with you guys. Let's do my indices, and I think that's it. Okay, I don't even have my indicators on. Okay, so now looking, we actually just broke out of 50% of orb. Here's our 200. So we might bounce right here off the 200 too. And then this is actually our, what did we say this was? This is one of our levels. This is the highest high, and this is our orb high. Yeah, Tiffany, naughty girl. So I'm gonna wait. I don't wanna chase this, right? This move has already left without me. So I'm gonna wait. I want to see how we react off. Oh, I have one more indicator I could use. And we'll see if we're close to anything. We're not. Okay, so we are just still chugging along. Now we got to see what happens. Is anyone in here watching a trader? Do you guys trade? Did you just stumble across this video and was like, what's this girl doing? I just woke up. Sorry, I'm in California. It's raining outside. The weather is awful. It says like a beautiful day to trade. So it's my first time going live, so say hi if you're here. Really, you guys, trading is more about just sitting on your hands than it is executing a trade, which is kind of crazy because when I first got into trading, I was like, execute. It's more just sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. So that felt really good though, to go live and take a loss like instantly and just like talk through what I was thinking and all that kind of stuff, because it's hard for me as a new trader. You know, I'm only 8 months into my trading journey. I have no finance background whatsoever. And I just kind of taught myself through courses. I just recently joined a community a couple months ago. And yes, the hardest part is sitting on your hands. I know it's so hard. Obviously, as you just saw, I lost 45 seconds on my prop account just like that. But yeah, and then every time I like watch videos from like, if you guys don't follow here, if you're a trader, World of Wisdom, he interviews some amazing traders, and sometimes that is your edge, is knowing when to sit on your hands and just not do anything. And it's so hard because we're so emotional. We often get FOMO, the fear of missing a move, right? And we just want to hop in, and it is the one struggle I have the most, that's for sure. Especially when I'm waiting for like a full 5-minute candle, or sometimes I'll go up to the 15-minute to like execute more patience, and then I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for the next 5 minutes of this 15-minute candle. Yeah, and we're pushing up. It looks like we're going to grab the high of day, top of orb, and then we'll kind of see what happens. So I'm gonna flip my camera really quick. So we are cruising. We are currently on the 5-minute chart. So this is the top of my orb, and then the blue line is my high of day, and she is getting close. But then I have my retracement zone. So this zone right here, I can take away because that was already broken, right? And I don't know, like I was short bias, but we're cruising. So we'll see what happens. It is 8:15. So sometimes, when is this reverse? So this right here would have been a really nice reversal. This is what we like to call a lunch reversal sometimes. So your time of day has a lot to do with the markets. So I might have already missed the move for today. This would have been a great entry for the reversal, right? We broke out of the bottom of orb, but then we failed to continue down, right? After this move, we like pushed it down to get a discount to then go up, but we'll see what happens. And you're constantly just talking yourself through. And like, if you look at this volume too, the volume's pretty low for this move. where the volume was a lot higher right here in the down, you know, in the downtrend. So I don't want to be scared if I see something present itself. Maybe we wick up through this and then we end up falling down. I don't want to hesitate and be scared to take a move either, just because you took a loss, right? But also right here, we had a golden cross where my 4 crossed over my 9. So we definitely are in that bullish momentum, but let's see what this candle does. I feel like this is going to wick up and grab this, come down. We have our 1 hour 50. So I'm going to see, what does this do? Do we take out the high of day? Do we fall back down? Do we fall under here and break this trend line? And then this is where I may want to enter again. So again, I just have to sit on my hands and kind of wait to see what happens, because we could totally just go up past the high of day as well and not see a short and just continue to run up. Let me switch to my Heikin-Ashi candles too. Yeah, we're still in a really strong uptrend right now. I'm gonna maybe no, let's take this back. Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go back to my hollow candles because I like using Heikin-Ashi for trailing my stop, but I like using my hollow candles to execute my trade and just see where we're going. We have about 3 minutes and 45 seconds on this candle. It is starting to fall, but just because it's starting to fall doesn't mean crap. So you have to wait. Oh my God, going live is going to be so good for me, because having to talk it out and having accountability of people watching me is actually really scary. All right, let's see what happens, you guys. Is anyone trading with me? Is anyone on the charts? I want to watch this volume too right here. I want to see if we get like a big pop in volume. So this was kind of like more of like our average volume. So I kind of like to look. So we have like lower volume here, lower here. We had a huge green candle here, huge green candle here. And then we have a lot of down momentum right here. Right when we open, we shot up, fell. If this doesn't break this high though, right here, over here, if it just maybe wicks up or whatever, we're creating another higher low. So that's promising, but we'll see what happens, because she likes to fake and shake us out a lot. Okay, we got 220 on this candle. I really would like to see it break under my 50, this trend line, and my 1 hour sell zone. But that might be a little bit of a late entry, because you could also, you know, have a sniper entry depending on how this candle closes. Have your stop loss right above here. But look at how big that stop loss is right here. So I want to wait. I don't want to have a $90 stop. I want to see really quick what's going to happen. And I am trading a 50K prop firm account through Tradeify. If you ever need a discount, you can use code TIFF, my name, and it will match any of the deals they have going on. What's up, babe? He already went out, so put him in his kennel. I'm also trading with a child at home, which is even harder. Just put him in his kennel, honey. He already went potty. Huh? I can't hear you. You see, there's this. See what I mean? We thought it was going to go down, and look, they're pushing up. I really feel like we're going to grab this and then we're going to fall. But that's my speculation, right? I have to see what's going on, because now we're like, you know, mid-morning a little bit, but we'll see what happens. So we took out the high of orb. We took out the high of day. We have 30 seconds. So I'd like to see this next candle fall. So again, I have to wait. This is my reaction candle. I have to wait for my action candle. What's my next candle, right? I want the safest entry we could possibly get. I'm playing around with the poll. Who trades? Are you a trader? Can you guys see that? Oh. Sorry, this is my first time going live, so I don't know how this works. So what, it just sits up here? Let me go back so you guys can see the chart. That's cool. Yes. Oh, I can't vote on my own. The one person in here, if you're watching and you're actually here watching, will you press yes or no so I can see how it works? Like I said, I've never gone live before, so I want to see how it works. See, look, my candle, look, we took the high, but we have 3.5 minutes. Oh, look, it's shooting past. We're breaking above orb. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to end this poll because no one's here. Okay, that's cool, though. Okay, let's see what happens. Poll completed. That's really neat. I love that. What's this? Retouch. Okay. A 49-second short was uploaded to your channel as unlisted. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I love that we are falling down, but I need to make sure this isn't. I'm gonna just see, and I'm gonna do my stop loss. All right, there. Let's see if we go up there and grab it. I don't know what's gonna happen because, like I said, I probably should have waited, but I like the way this is falling. Yeah, that momentum, but we might bounce right here off that 9. Do you see that? So actually, I think I might just cancel my order and wait. Just really, truly stick to my word and wait. Oh, God, this is so hard. See, I want to react off of this candle, but this candle isn't telling me anything just yet. We're still in a strong uptrend. We just grabbed liquidity from the high of day and the top of orb we haven't been able to break out of, but I want to see what happens on the next candle. So let's use the hollow candles and get back to it. See, she wants to push out, but we don't know, and it totally could. But also, we could be trapping buyers who had FOMO and got in on this. We're going to trap them, and then we're going to fall. But again, like I said, I told myself I wanted to wait for this micro trend line to break. You know what? Let's do a fib retracement on this really quick and just see if this is our top. Where's a good entry? Look, my good entry is not even till right here, the middle of orb. So if I wanted to take this long right here, if this was truly our high, I would want to wait for it to retrace all the way down here before I got in again to get like a discount if we're going to continue to go up, or else I've literally already missed the move. So let's see what happens. Let's go back, and then I'm going to do, oops. Again, this is the half of the 30-minute orb right here. Are you pushing up, you little dirty girl? When I want to go short? That's the thing. It's not what I want. It's what does the market tell us, right? I do like how this is coming off. I don't know, though, because it's like we are breaking up a little bit, but this is still like a sketch area because, yes, we're breaking out of orb, but then it can also go under orb. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't feel confident. I feel rushed, and I don't want to feel rushed. I want to feel super confident on what I'm doing, right? Here's our next 5-minute candle. Let's see what the 3-minute candles are doing. So maybe to get a sniper entry, if it doesn't break above here on the 3-minute, that might be a good indicator that we could potentially go short. And then we could just risk the high of this candle right here. So this has 1.5 minutes. I would like to see it go under the orb to feel more confident. And let's see what the Heikinashi candle looks like on the 3-minute. Yeah, we're still in an uptrend. We haven't seen a doge or anything, so this is still very, very early. See, she wants to break up, but we haven't yet. And then do you see how our 4 and our 9 are starting to, you know, they're starting to come a little bit. This could potentially roll. See, we're going up, and then we might potentially have a roll over, which would be nice, but we have to wait. Ooh, I like that. 50 seconds. $50 seconds. See what happens here. We have 24 seconds. So this candle I like. It's not, it didn't break this previous candle right here. Let's see the Heikinashi again. Okay, we do have a lot of top wicks. All right, let's see what happens. Now, if we can't get up over this, I am going to be interested in taking a short again. Let me just do this. This might be the perfect micro range. So if it can come right here again, I'm going to sell here, and I'm just going to risk the top of this candle. And I'm going to go for, and actually put it on the 1 hour 50 and just see what happens. Dang. I'm gonna wait though. I wanna grab it a little bit more up here, because this could fall and then just come right back up. This would be a perfect micro range. And if I miss it, then I can try again wherever this ends, right? But look at that. That's what we were waiting for. And I freaking missed it. It's okay. Don't do that to yourself, Tiff. See where we're at on the 5-minute. See how it went down there? We still have buyers right here though, so we need to be careful. It needs to really break under this 4 and the 9. So I want to still be patient and wait right here to get in. Maybe we'll retrace up, grab it, and come down. And I actually might risk another 45. Let me see why I'm risking that. Like, let's see where the next pivot level is. So last time it grabbed from right up there. Was the highest that it went, but I feel like that's too high. Because if we're truly falling, we're not going to fall above this. So I think I would still risk right there. I don't know. This pisses me off, dude. This pisses me off. Like, we hit the 1 hour 50. So let's try this. Let's see when this ends, and let's see if we have another opportunity for entry. If we do this, we're going to enter right here, and we're going to put our stop loss above this candle. I want to see it come back up here, right here, to test the 9 and sell. Dude, I'm not risking $125. That's insane. I'm getting too many lines. I'm getting too excited. So there was our flip. Let's see if I can get back in around here. I don't know if this is just a healthy pullback or what, or what. Oops. I would almost risk the top of orb right here, maybe right there instead. I'd like to see it reject off. See, we have our cross right here, but do you see how that's a lagging indicator because we already had a huge move? So let's see if this can come back into micro range and I can grab it if we continue down. But I don't know because it just bounced off this right here. So trying to grab it in this bigger micro range, but I don't know if this is too big or if I should have gone something like this. Yeah, that still would be, and I would probably only risk right above that. I would like to see us grab it like around right here. Okay, we'll see if this takes. Okay, we're in. Let's just go a couple ticks above that. And then let's see if this continues. I don't know if this was just the sell-off for it to go back up, but we will see. Let me leave that Fibonacci here. This did have a huge breakout, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. 5 minute. I also have to remember that I can't be married to a bias, so I've been short biased all day, but because we failed to break out of the top of orb, we got the high of day liquidity from the, let's go on the 1 hour, let's see what we're doing. Yeah, we're going down, but this was a huge breakout candle, so I don't know if we're just trapping buyers or if we're truly shifting. So we'll just have to see what happens. But I'm hoping we don't break out of orb, obviously, and then we fall to this half. But I will trail it if I start to see momentum in my direction. So I just have to chill. I do like that we are rejecting right here, but it's still not strong enough. So we'll see what happens. We'll see, are buyers still in control or will the sellers take over? And because we kind of faked out this, taking out this higher high, we'll see what happens. I want to switch to Heikinashi. We're on the 5 minute. So Heikinashi is still showing us in an uptrend. So I'm going to move my stop just because we didn't break this big high. I'm going to move it to this one right here and just kind of keep my loss a little bit smaller. So hopefully we don't break this one or this one. Like I said, and get our risk a little bit lower. And this is my new prop firm account. So basically you have $2,000 of drawdown for this account. And then when this account draws down to 2,000, then you lose your account. But if you can make 3,000 in profit, you pass your account. So I don't know if you guys are prop firm traders or if you guys are live capital traders. I actually just made the transition from live trading because I was like really scared. I could tell I was just scared to execute because it was like my own live capital. And I just switched to the prop firm route and I use Tradeify and I really love them. And I actually just got the opportunity to partner with them, which is really cool. So they have a sale going on right now. I think it's 40% off 150K select accounts and then 30% off all other accounts. And if you use my code TIFF, T-I-F-F, you can save money and it'll match like the best deal if you do trade prop firms. So just thought I'd let you know. Okay, let's see what happens. She's not looking pretty, but you never know. See, now the volume is really dropping off here, so this kind of scares me. But I'm just gonna let it play out. I have my risk in place, and this, like, once you're in, and all you can do from this point is just manage your trade. So I'm just gonna trail appropriately. I'm hoping that we get like a little bit of a push down. But we'll see. We'll see if this just has like trying to break up and then it doesn't. So we've tried to pierce through this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times and it didn't. So just kind of seeing what happens. I'm on the 3-minute. I could probably actually go like this on my stop above that sell, but I'll just leave it for now instead of micromanaging my trade. Yeah, we might. I don't know if we're just going to chop around, if we're going to break out, or if we're going to break lower. We shall see. Let's see what the call-up candles are doing. I actually want to give it a couple ticks past this right here. Because I really should have it over my last pivot point. So technically this might have been the safer entry right here to wait for it to come back up. And then my stop loss would have been $60 instead of double, but we'll see what happens. Okay, she's having a nice fall. I'm really like, do you see though, it's really having a hard time breaking this area. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to switch over to Heikinashi. We're in the 3-minute. So the 3-minute kind of chokes it out a little bit more, suffocates your trade a little bit more. So we'll see what happens on this. I'm liking that flip. Let's get in a little bit more on this and just kind of see what's happening. So I'm actually going to trail my stop right here because I'm starting to see some momentum down. So after the 3-minute prints, I'll probably move my stop loss about right here. We'll see what happens. Because I do like how this is now flipped. The new opening candle has flipped and there's no top wick. So this is showing some momentum. Do you see how each one of these, we had a strong momentum and there's no bottom wick? Now we just flipped without a wick. So that makes me happy. So I'm actually going to move my stop just right above the top of this candle because I don't want it to break that. And we're going to trail it every 3 minutes. So let's just see what happens now. And if this is true direction, we shouldn't hit the top of this, right? And then our next trailing stop loss will be a couple of ticks above this high, because your Heikinashi candles are price action like average. And so the average is going to make you not, like it's kind of lagging, I guess. So you shouldn't break the high above the Heikinashi candle is the theory. Yay, so we're starting to get some momentum down. Proud of us for waiting. We have 1:30. Oh, that just totally flipped. Crazy. Okay, I do like how the 4 and the 9 have crossed over. We are starting to have no top wicks on our Heikinashi candles, so that's nice. Now let's just see if we can keep pushing down. It's not looking very promising right now. Our volume is very, very low, but we are breaking under the orb, the high of day. I like that. This could be potential resistance. So let's see if we can, I really want to see it really strongly push past here, because you can see there are buyers in this area. So it would be really nice to see this just really flush down. But we also might get taken out around here because she just doesn't know what she wants to do. And I'm switching between the 3-minute and the 5-minute. So we have 30 seconds on this 5-minute candle. I do see a really low volume here, but we are in the profit so far. So we'll see how this 5-minute candle closes. What's the 3-minute doing? The 3 minutes falling under the 4 and the 9. We have a cross, and we're just about to cross over on the 5-minute. So I'd really like to see that cross happen on this. So I don't want to move this down anymore because the 5-minute candle just opened and we do have some wicks. So I'm still comfortable losing this just to see if my trade plays out. I could move it potentially about right here, right above this, but I do see a doji, so we could possibly get stopped out on this candle. I don't really know. We might have just went up to retest, grab orders here just to fall down. But like I said, I'm comfortable losing this amount to see it play out. Oh, I really like seeing this. The cross, we started to really roll over here, but this is the 3 minute, so this is still very early, very sniper. As you can see, we still have those buyers sitting right here, so we really need to break this structure in this area to really see like a strong momentum. I'm still comfortable leaving my stop up here. I might move it down on the next 3 minute candle right here if we fail to break this, if we fail to break above the 9 and the 4. And as you guys can see here too, we really have a sharp trend line forming right here. So this is really beautiful to see. So I'd like to not see it break this micro trend line right here. Right, but we are kind of flipping. We do have a doge right here. So this is very indecisive. This is really just chopping around and kind of got in on the chop. The volume's low. We're getting towards the 9 a.m., which is noon in New York. So this could potentially take us out right here. I don't know. We will see what happens. But like I said, I'm okay losing that amount. It's a very small amount, but I would like to obviously see this play out. But this doge candle, it's not necessarily meaning a reversal, but it could mean a reversal. So we'll have to see what happens. This is the 3 minute chart. This is the 5 minute chart. But then again, you guys see this volume, like super low. The time of day really matters when you are trading. We have 1:40 for our 5 minute candle. So let's see what happens. I'm definitely getting a doge, so it could go either way at this point. We could see a violent drop, or we could see a retesting of the top of orb. She really doesn't know what she wants to do, huh? See what the 3 minutes doing. Okay, the 3 minute is flipping. So I don't know if I should move my stop down, just let it go because we're really indecisive here, or if I should move my stop about right here. I don't know. I may just leave it so I can see how this plays out. We really do have a lot of buyers right here. Yep, I got tagged out. So where does it show me? So I started with 50K, so 9, 22, 32, 42, 52, 60, 70, 82, 90. So I lost about 75 bucks on that. Let me see. The hollow candles. Yeah, see how it broke above that micro trend too? All right, guys, thanks for watching. I only have 3% left, so I'm going to charge my phone. I may take out another trade, I may not, but we learned a lot. Thank you for streaming with me. This was fun. Bye.